All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a live stream. Let's see if we can get anyone to join. I'm a little bit late tonight. It's about 9:50 Eastern time now. And if anyone can just let me know if you can hear me okay once we have someone join. And we'll get into this one. So we're going to do a Walking Dead series recap. Yeah, so let's see if, oh, there we go. We got L2 Extremis here, so that's cool. And see, Benny's here. Awesome. Sorry I'm a little bit late, guys. I had to find something. I was searching for something around the house. L2, I'm doing good. We got John Cullen here, so that's good. Eric, thanks for letting me know, Eric. And Spitfire, how you doing, man? Giga Death, we've got. Very cool. And we got Guts, who's back again, so that's sweet. Michael Flynn, how's it going, man? And Patrick McKinney. So it sounds like we're all good to do a live stream. So I thought tonight, hey, buddy boy, how you doing? I thought tonight it'd be fun if we went ahead and took a look back at Walking Dead. And we'll do sort of somewhat of a series recap. And then maybe either after or another day, I want to do a video on one of the Illuminati bloodlines, the Merovingian, which is the crown. So I might do that in a few days here. We'll do that coming up, so that could be kind of fun. Because there's the big protest that might be coming up soon in the states, either the 5th or the 6th or what have you. So that should be kind of fun to watch and see how exciting that is. Hey, Eve, how you doing? And Jake, I can see you there. And Nuke. And the others. So I thought it'd be fun to go ahead and take a look back. We've got about, let's say, a month and a half or so until the Walking Dead comes back on. And let's just switch here. So, yeah, man, I'm excited to see Walking Dead return at the end of February here. Excited to see what those 6 additional episodes look like for The Walking Dead when we eventually get to see them go ahead and air. Hopefully they're as good as what we usually see, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they're not quite as good as normal. I guess we'll have to see what they look like. We'll have to see how they turn out. But yeah, Giga, that's right. This one protest should be the biggest, maybe the biggest ever on the 5th and the 6th. So we'll see. And is it Washington D.C.? I think so, right? So that could be kind of fun. And then after that, we don't know for the rest of the episodes when we're going to see them, what that's going to look like. 6 episodes of Walking Dead, and then after that, I guess we'll see. They announced the episode number, but I would not be surprised if things did not go exactly the way they plan. But hopefully we can still see a good ending to the Walking Dead series. We can see it kind of finish off in a way that we want to. So I uploaded some videos this week. If you guys didn't see them, we did one for the reunion, I guess it was called, Walking Dead Reunion, where you had Andrew Lincoln, Denai Guerrera, and many of the others. Lenny James was even there, which is cool to see him because, he's with Fear now, so we don't get to see him with the original Walking Dead, cast and crew very often. But they did sort of a kind of like a reunion type of thing, but it was for something in Georgia with regards to politics. So people were really mad. Quite a few different comments. People didn't like it. I had posted it in the channel, so if you guys haven't seen it, it's actually in the channel, this channel. I just posted it there. It's about 15 minutes long. You can watch it, and it's what they did. So TWD Universe Review said, as much as I love the cast of The Walking Dead, they are some stupid Democrats. So, Hacksaw and Young Wayne had said, man, why does Hollywood have to be political? I'm losing heart with some of my favorite actors. Now Rick and Michonne shaking my head. So I'm not sure why they used it for that, to do a Walking Dead reunion like that. I thought that, if they're going to do it, they should probably do it like a reunion for the series. I think that's what people would have wanted to see. But I don't know. I guess they film it in Georgia, so they felt like they could contribute something. The only thing that's tricky is, like, if you're all one-sided supporting one political view versus another, I kind of feel like that's sort of something like, you're kind of gearing, right? Like, I try really hard not to get on one side or the other. Sometimes maybe I don't succeed in that, but you guys get what I'm saying, to where it's like you should let people choose, and you shouldn't just promote one political view and support one side of a political view versus the other. You should give people the right to choose. But it was cool, and it was cool to see Andrew Lincoln back with some of the others, at least on screen for a few minutes. You know, at least a little bit, right? So here we've got the first season of Walking Dead. Very cool, right? I've got each season up till season 10, because 10 has not been released yet until they finish those additional 6 episodes. Likely next summer we'll probably get the release of 10. But here's the first season, right? So we got that. And the Air Raid Lord said, I still think Andrew Lincoln warranted a break. He's been working on the show for 8 years straight. Actually, it's longer than that. At the top of his game, I think leaving the show and recharging for the movies was the right call. Excited to finally see these damn movies. Feels like it's been forever. Yeah, it hasn't actually even been that long in terms of season count. It's only been midway through season 9, and right now we're at the end of season 10. But because of the slowdown and everything, it has been a couple years since he did leave. So I'm still excited to see the movies and everything, and it hasn't ruined it for me or anything like that. For the like some people said, it kind of did. I did for them. Hey Mark, how you doing? And we've got Erica, Boogeyman, and Katie. How's it going? Yeah, they do what they're told. That's right. What Katie said is probably true. Hey Jay, how you doing, man? And we've got YOLO, Swag, Thug Life Selfie, and actors in politics are gross. YOLO said. And Kevin Evans said something exactly. So, yeah, so there's that. So the first season, so very cool. Walking Dead, let's go into, okay, so first season of the show. So it does say, so we got kind of the wiki here, which we'll take a look through together. Don't mind the grass commercial. So Walking Dead, yeah, American or zombie movie series developed by Frank Darabont, based on a comic series of the same name by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore, and Charlie Adlard. And they're doing the Walking Dead Deluxe now, but I haven't been collecting it because it's just basically Walking Dead in color. So they're just coloring it in. It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, and then we have, so the companion series is mentioned about Fear. I don't have every season of Fear on Blu-ray or DVD. I just have season 1. I didn't get the rest, but I do have that. So, it's a complete first season. So it's kind of cool. I'd like to get season 3 at some point, and some of the others. It doesn't cost too much. So in September 2020, AMC announced that the TV series would end in 2022 with season 11, becoming the final season of the series. But again, we got to kind of wait and see for that last season, because we really don't know if they're going to be able to finish filming, if they're going to be able to do everything. If we do have that regime change in the States, I would not be surprised if the entire country could be shut down again in the future, like another lockdown, which I hope is not the case, but it really would not surprise me if that did happen here in the future. There's a lot of different sort of precursor, a lot of people thinking that what we're seeing here in real life won't be like a 1-year deal like we all want, and that it might actually be kind of a continued thing into the next 5 years, or even I've heard predictions out 10 years ahead of time that it will just kind of continue. So let's hope that's not the case. But for now, it's set to end, which would be next year, 2022. In the fall 2022. So like right at the end of 2022. So we do still have 2 years left, right, of the series. So seasons 1 through 10 and 11, 177 episodes in total it will be, and 147 have aired so far, starting October 31st, which was Halloween 2010, to present. Very cool. So season 1, man. All right, so I'll just pause their stupid commercial thing they got going here. So maybe I'll just I'll mute it so that it doesn't interfere. But first season, man, of Walking Dead. Love the first season. Got Rick on horseback. It is so weird to see the series. Oh, let me close that off for us here. Does that close? I want to close? No, it doesn't want to close. Stupid Wikia site. But yeah, so what can we say about the first season? It was a great little start to the series. It is weird that all the covers pretty much have Rick on the cover. Like you got season 1 here, you got Rick. Season 2, you got Rick. Even we got season 8, Rick, right? And then season 3 is Rick. Let's see if they're all Rick. 4, Rick. We got 6, Rick. We got, or maybe I should change the scene so you guys can see me better. But yeah, so then we got, okay, well, at least with season 5, we have Rick, and then at least Daryl's in the background, right? So that's good. So, yeah, how you doing, Roma? Okay, all right, so season 7, we got Negan on the cover. Okay, so there we go. We got a different character on the cover of the Blu-ray. and then the 9th season, which is Rick's last season, is there. So yeah, it is pretty good that they were able to kind of continue even after, you know, you had him leaving, right? So because like you say, you know, like we're saying, is that if you look at the covers, he is the, you know, he's the lead character for the damn series. So but nowadays it's sort of be like maybe more kind of Daryl. I'm just sorting these here, 3rd season and everything. So yeah, complete 8th season. So yeah, it's crazy to think that, you know, that you don't have, but so many years, man, go by, and yeah, it's what it is. But he did say that he say kind of like worst decision he made, or he regrets leaving, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's cool. So Kevin here had said, first season, the only one I didn't see live, began at season 2. So yeah, so let's see here what we got for the other. Okay, so first season, so 1 to 6 episodes of the comic series. All right, so the first season was the first trade volume. Yeah, Days Gone By, Guts, Tell It to the Frogs, Vatos, Wildfire, and TS19. Sometimes I use TS19 to describe what's going on in real life right now. It's like a code word, right? So Wildfire, Vatos, you know, so memorable episodes, that's for sure. First episode, the little girl zombie the little girl zombie's grown up now, so that's kind of funny because it'd be 10 years. I see a picture of her recently. I think I saw a picture of her recently, and she's, you know, coming of age now. So yeah, so you got Guts, Tell It to the Frogs. I just remember, like, you know, reuniting between Carl and Rick, right, in that one, man. So so cool, right? Yeah. So it's so sad that Carl's not in the series anymore. I do hope we'll see him in the movies. Some people were saying, like, you know, oh, do you think we'll see Carl in the movies? So maybe we will, man. That would be really really cool if we did. So then we got so season 1, great season. You know, good start to the series. We'll stop a commercial here, and yeah, man. So really good start off to the series and everything, as you might expect. And yeah, so season 2. So we got season 2 here. You know, pretty cool. Let's switch here so we can switch so you guys can see better. So we've got on the back here, yeah, we've got Shane, Lori, Carl. So out of everybody here, who's still alive? All right, let's see. So we got Shane, we got Carl, we got Lori, we got Rick. Is that Dale at the back? Yeah, that's Dale. Then we got Glenn, Andrea, and Daryl. So out of everybody on top of the RV right now, the only survivor is Daryl. Unless you count Rick, because we'll see him in the movies. But everybody else is gone. Yeah, 18 miles out. Who said that was? C. Benny. Yeah, 18 miles out. 18 miles out is amazing. Hey, 32nd degree, son of a light to SP Mason. Happy New Year to you, man. But don't call me brother, because then people are going to assume I'm a Mason and I'm not. Just call me man. It's still a great season, right? Visit Rizza Jizza. It's still a great season. I still like it a lot. And yeah, man, very cool. But it is crazy to see, like, you know, almost nobody left from it. Let's take a look at some of the different, you know, ones here. So we've got Rick, Carl, Lori, Carl, and Lori. It's cool to hear that Andrew Lincoln actually has a son in real life. Is he around the age? What did he say his name was? I forget. Well, he's around the age of Carl. It's funny, like we did. You don't know his name in real life. We got Shane, Glenn, and Daryl, right? So at least we got one there, right? Because that means that basically, well, really, none of these, right, are still. None of these are still. But at least we got Daryl there for that one. So that one's good. We got a survivor there. Who else we got here? Okay, and we got Maggie, and we got Carol, and we got Herschel. So that's pretty good. So we got them, right? So we got 2 or 3. And very sad to hear that he's no longer with us in real life as well. But I mean, again, you know, this was filmed back in what would a season 2 have been filmed in? Season 2 would have been filmed in 2010, 2011, right? So that was, you know, at this point now 9 years ago. So 9 years later and he was old, you know, he was older to start with, right? So yeah. And Carol and Maggie, so there's that. So very cool. They'll likely survive out the series. And who we got with this one? Dale, T-Dog, and Andrea, right? In the second season, season 2. So that's pretty cool. All gone, right? So, yeah. Yeah, but again, like you said, so many years, right? So that's what that is. But yeah, so I like the second season. I still do. I don't watch too many of the episodes back nowadays. Like the first season, I often I don't know. I'll watch like the first episode, right, of the first season, or like maybe the first couple, and it's still good. It's still good even to this day, and it's also cool because you have Morgan, right? So and now Morgan's in Fear, so it still kind of keeps up in some way. So that's very cool. So yeah, still good first season. Second season also, yep. What are the best episodes of the second season? Let's get an episode count here. So let's see. Okay, season 2. All right, so we have What Lies Ahead, Bloodletting, Save the Last One. Well, we'll all remember that one. That's got to be one of the best. What Lies Ahead is good too, but Save the Last One really good. Pretty Much Dead Already, awesome. And then we had Nebraska, Trigger Finger, 18 Miles Out, as someone mentioned earlier there, because 18 Miles Out is really good. Judge, Jury, Executioner, Better Angels, and Beside the Dying Fire. The last 2 episodes are awesome also. So it's still a good season, man. It's really good. Here's another kind of cover here with Rick, as you might expect. It's almost crazy when you look back at all the different covers and everything. Like, it's almost crazy to think that they continue the series on without him, right? Because he's everywhere. He's all over. He's your forefront character. So it is just kind of crazy that they were able to continue on, still do pretty good for the last couple years, and still get another few years out of it, even after the main series lead had left. But yeah, let's see what you guys had to say about the second season. So Randall, yeah, that's right. I forgot about Randall. It was like when Daryl gets him in the. Are you trying to say you're innocent? He's like beating him up. He's like beating on. Are you trying to say you're innocent? So I remember that. Yeah, second season is a really good season. So there's the stupid well walker. I remember being mad about that one because it just that was such a. Some of the episodes here, though, I got to admit, some of the episodes in the middle of the second season were not that great, right? And then Shane, it's cool to see John Bernthal, come back later, and then his work as the Punisher and everything as well. Really great stuff. But I just remember this being like really exciting. What do the quotes say? Breathtaking in its small moments, creepy. The first from the first frame. Yeah, really great stuff. So, hey, we got Kay Shalhoub here, and who else we got? Torrance here, so that's very cool. Rick, it's not like it was before. Yeah, there's Shane right there, right? So ahead of his time, right ahead of his time, yeah. So if the world starts going to shit, guys, I think we have to be a bit like Shane. Okay, so let's say this deal TS19 continues for the next 5 years or 10 years. I would suggest that in real life, I think you should probably be more like Shane than like Rick. If things really get bad, you know what I'm saying? Like if things really get bad, I don't know. You might have to, right? So, yeah. What do we say? Hatchet says, do you think the series is dead without Rick? Well, I don't. Hey, Dr. Sim, thanks for joining. I don't think it's dead without Rick. I don't think so. I'm just surprised. Like, when we look back, every season is like, yeah, man, every season is Rick, right? Every season. Like, there you go, season 3. Okay, so let's move forward from season 2 to season 3. Even though, yeah, season 2 was, it was a really good season as well, too, right? It's really good. It did keep just getting more and more popular as the seasons went on. Let's pause this one as well, too. Stupid commercials everywhere, right? Yeah, so him on top of the, what is that? Is it a bus, right, that he's on top of for the promo shots and stuff? Is very cool, man. A block, B block, C block. And then the governor coming in, right? So sweet. So this is one, eye for an eye, right? Yeah, so you got the 2. It is kind of crazy, man, after they did the reunion thing, like, just to think that they were able, maybe it's just an achievement that they were even able to continue onward without him, right? Because when you look back season to season, just think about it from a viewer perspective, he's in every shot, like every promo shot is Rick at the forefront, and so it's not until later really that Daryl kind of pulls ahead. So we had Seed, we had Sick, we had Walk With Me, Killer Within, and Merle around here, right? So it was really good around this time. Say the Word, Hounded, When the Dead Come Knocking and Made to Suffer. Ah, that's cool. But then again, you did have some good Daryl stuff in the season, even though he's not on the promo shots and everything. You did have some good stuff for him kind of coming up, because you had the stuff with him and Merle, and him kind of going to save Merle, and them kind of getting captured at the mid-season finale, and then them escaping, and like the whole thing, and then kind of eyeing a Judas in these episodes like this with Merle later, the Suicide King. And so, them kind of being rescued and all that. Clear with Morgan, which I am glad they brought him into Fear. That way he's still in the series. And Fear might even continue past the end of The Walking Dead. Like in 2023, there might still be Fear. Who knows, right? So that's cool. So I hope he'll survive for at least a few more years. I think he will. It'd be kind of stupid to kill him off in Fear almost at any point in time. He should probably always be there. And if he needs a break, just have him go in the background for like a year or two or something. Get captured by somebody and go off or something, right? That is if the series is going to be able to continue in this crazy, uncertain world that we're in right now. This Sorrowful Life, Welcome to the Tombs, and Arrow on the doorpost. Pray as well. I do like Pray. Some good stuff with Andrea around this time. If you guys remember, let's take a look at the Blu-ray. Is it a Blu-ray or DVD? What did I buy? It depends on the year. Like some years I buy the Blu-ray, some years I buy the DVD. I guess this would be the DVD, right? So third season, the prison and everything. Very cool, very fast-paced for the season. We had some cool walkers there, and there you got Merle and them inside of the block, right inside the prison, and Michonne there as well, with the governor sitting on the chair. He was badass, that's for sure. Governor was great. No doubt about it, man. Yeah, you got it. Okay, what do we got here? So let's take a look at some of the DVDs. So we got Governor and Rick. Very cool, right? Sweet. So in the first one, we got little Carl, little Chandler, right? And Lori, Sarah Wayne Kelly's. Okay, let's see if we can get this one up here. Very cool. So yeah, little Chandler and her. So. Oh man, they should have kept him alive, man. They should have done whatever they had to do. You want to maim him or something? Take an eye, take an arm, whatever you want, but keep him alive, right? Andrea and Michonne, right? So, there we go. Okay, yeah. So very cool. Yeah, they had a good rapport. They had a good relationship, and they also used that for Michonne's final episode too, when she was sort of like leaving. They had the flashback to Andrea's episode with her, so that was really good as well too. They handled that really well. It was a shame to see that they didn't get her to come back, Laurie Holden, to come back to play Andrea again. It's kind of a shame that they weren't able to do that. But it's just what, maybe she was mad about being killed off so early in the series. She probably should have lived on longer, that's for sure. But they didn't know how many years they would get out of it, right? Like they didn't know. They had to pull off some big deaths and do some big things because they didn't know how many seasons of the series. Now that it's ending, we realize like, okay, it went all these years, but it could have ended at any time if they pulled punches, or if they weren't going for it, it could have ended way earlier. Here we go. We got one with Daryl. Sweet, right? Daryl and Merle, very cool. Brothers of destruction, sort of. Cain and Abel, I don't know, maybe. So Daryl would be Abel, I guess. Something like that. But Merle didn't never, do anything too bad to Daryl. Never killed him or anything. So I guess maybe I shouldn't. Maybe the comparison doesn't quite work. But you guys get what I'm saying. All right. So we got those. Let's see. We still got a bunch of seasons to go here, guys. But we'll keep going. So there's that one. Okay. So season 3. So I do like season 3 and everything. Even still nowadays, it's kind of a trip to watch back, but it is still really good and everything. It's fast paced, so that's good. And then we've got, we can't forget this one. We've got Glenn and Maggie, right? So that's very cool. So yeah, very cool. So she'll likely be alive to finish the series off, right? So that's what it is. Sarah says that she hated Andrea. So, well, that's okay. She did sleep with the governor and Shane, so I understand if in the TV series version. So I do understand if you don't like her. So that's season 3. Very cool. Let's see. Demand Hammer. Yeah, so they did have a lot of stuff happen in like a few days, right? Like sometimes when things get busy in the zombie apocalypse, they do get busy, right? So that's just kind of the way it is. Okay, so let's move on to season 4, and we'll take a look. All right, and okay, so that's the 4th season. So again, like a show, we got Rick right on almost all of the damn covers. So very cool. Season 4 with Rick in the prison with the gates down because the governor, I have a tank. I'm letting y'all walk away from here. What more do you want, right? What more do you guys want? Damn it. So yeah, so there's that. I mean, I just remember, and then Carl and Rick as they're walking away on the train. I just remember this being like awesome. Like I just remember like so exciting after Too Far Gone, and when they're I just remember being so excited like after, like, oh my god, they beat the governor, and it was just so cool, man. It was so awesome. There's the governor with getting ready for Herschel. Herschel's somewhere down here, guys. Herschel's right there somewhere getting ready to get governored. Daryl and Tyrese, yep, and a bunch of zombies, and then Michonne over there. So let's take a look. So, oh man, season 4. Okay, so we got Rick and Carl. So we got those two there. Yep. So you can see Chandler's starting to get a little older now, right? So a little bit more. He's starting to look more like he kind of looks, nowadays or when he gets older, right? So doesn't look so young at this point anymore. He's starting to get there. Glenn and Maggie, for sure. So it's no surprise that so many people stopped watching when Glenn was killed off, right? People just loved him. I think there was a recent interview this week where Stephen Yeun talked about Walking Dead a little bit. Maybe we could take a look at that after. If we have time, we'll see. And then we've got Governor and Herschel. Yeah, so kind of a dark one, especially considering Scott Wilson and everything. Maggie and not Maggie, Carol. Why did I say Maggie? Carol and Tyrese. So that's cool. It's like, right, because they did the one, Karen and David, right? Set him on fire. But he does. Tyrese does save Judith, right? So yeah, I'm thinking. I'm like my brain is like kind of failing here because I'm like going back. Yeah, because he saves Judith and he runs away with her, but the baby holder carrier is left there, right? So then Rick and Carl think she's dead, and obviously now we have Judith later as kind of the star of the show, sort of, almost. One of them, anyway. And we got Daryl and Michonne. This is where Daryl starts doing the longer hair look, right? So he starts looking more like he looks now. So it's almost like by the time you get up to season 4, they start kind of looking more like what we're kind of used to now, like their kind of current evolution, because it's not so early in the series, I guess. But yeah, what'd you guys say here? Let's see. Mopar, and we got Glenn was completely overrated to me, says Bizarrizza. Well, a lot of people loved him, man. They really liked him a lot. They really liked Stephen Yeun, a lot of heart and everything. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, G likes the elf on the shelf. Yeah, right. 32nd likes the elf on the. When are you becoming a 33rd, Mason? So a lot of people still don't think you guys are real, by the way. I tell people all the time, 32, am I supposed to tell people about Freemasonry? And, you probably can't say anything about it, but, anyway, I might do a video pretty soon on the royal family, give my thoughts on that. So that could be kind of cool. So let's see here. Yeah, what'd you say, Paul? Season 11 will be the last to realize they're ending it. Yeah, 2022. But Paul, that's even if, Paul Phillips, that's even if they can even finish it. Because we got to remember, like, we don't know what's going to happen this year or next year. Nobody does. And with the regime change in the States, with all these variants and stuff like that, we don't know we don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I hope they're going to be able to finish it and finish it off. But, I'm hearing some different things from people thinking, like, this is not going to end anytime soon. And if that's the case, maybe we won't even get as many episodes as we were hoping to get. We'll have to see what that looks like. But I would not be surprised if they don't get all the episodes done that they want to get done. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't be surprising to me at all. I don't know about you guys. But like Boogeyman says, yeah, they won't finish it. It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen, I'd like to see these episodes finish off properly and us see the end of the series, but I also have my doubts. I do. I have my doubts in my mind. Think, like, are they going to be able to finish these last episodes, like the 22 episode? How many episodes are left? Is it 20? It's almost 30, right? So it's like 2 years, almost 30 episodes. Or is it 30? 24 and 6. Is that what it is? 24 episodes for the final season? Anyway, we'll have to see if they're going to finish him off, right? Okay, so where are we at right now? So we're at season 4. So also a good season and everything. Don't look back, Carl. Don't look back. So we had after inmates claim, that's the second half. So we had the first half with the governor and all that awesome stuff. Too Far Gone definitely sneaks up. I think like Beth around this time frame, right? You had Beth still in the series. You had Herschel, the others. Oh man, so cool. So that was 2013, guys. That was freaking 7 years ago now. Wow, that's mind blowing to me because it doesn't feel that long ago. It feels like yesterday, right? So at least for me, anyway. I don't know. After inmates claimed, I love that one, right? So it's like Joe and the Claimers. Still, and he was in. Was he? They did something with Joe recently, didn't they? They had the actor come back and do something with him. I forget exactly. Still Alone, The Grove. Yeah, awesome episode, amazing episode. Us and then A, right? Now, just a very exciting time for the series. Okay, so let's go to season 5. Season 5, awesome season, man. Hunter Be Hunted, absolutely love it, right? Fantastic season. So here we got the 5th season. So let's take a look at the Blu-ray first, and then we'll take a look back thereafter. So season 5, I still think this is one of the best covers The Walking Dead ever did, right? So the New World's gonna need Rick Grimes. That's what Abraham leaves for him, right? So the New World's gonna need. See, again, it's so crazy to think that they were able to continue on after without Rick, because when you look back at it, the New World's gonna need Rick Grimes, like it's right on the cover. And yeah, Daryl's there, right? So it's starting to kind of, but it's still crazy to think, right, that they were able to even continue it at all. It'd almost be like Captain America series without Captain America, or Batman without Batman or something. I mean, it's tricky for sure. As emotionally savage as ever, right? Savage dictatorship. And you have, again, starting to look more like, this is like what Daryl and Carol kind of look like now, right? Very similar. And then Maggie as well, too. Glenn and Abraham. And then, which is interesting that they're both in this picture here because of what happens to them later. And then Michonne, very cool. So the New World's going to need Rick Grimes. So I do love that cover. And I still have, is a figure. Yeah, this one here, this guy here is the season 5 Rick. So that's cool. One of the best seasons for sure is season 5. There's no doubt about that. Actually, I think it's rated as the highest, or maybe season 10, maybe season 9 beats it now. But season 5 was usually thought of as the best season of The Walking Dead. Here you have Rick inside of the train carts, right, at Terminus. Damn, dude. Yeah, so that would be, wow, man, that was 2014 then. We got Michonne. Like, basically, the DVDs are each one inside of the train cart for the season premiere, which was sort of like a cliffhanger, kinda. But it felt like a cliffhanger, but also the beginning to a new story as well. So it wasn't as bad for the wait as the season 7 cliffhanger, right? And we got Daryl there too. Awesome stuff, man. That's season, just 3. Season 5. And then Carol. And then Glenn as well too. I have to look at that interview after with all the... Glenn was a very prominent character, he was, for sure. So there we have him there. And the Hunter Be Hunted thing with Terminus and with the Hunters for the first half of the season. Really great stuff. Let's go back over to here. And it was awesome, right? And then we have Aaron introduced, right? Some of the others. Gabriel, he was introduced in that season. That's true. And Beth as well. Like that was her kind of, what do they call it? Coda? That's what they called it, right? Yeah, so that was her kind of finale. Happy to see that she's doing well and that she's in, different series. Was she in Flash? Something like that. One of those shows. Was it Arrow or Flash? I think it was Flash. Anyway, No Sanctuary, Strangers, Four Walls and a Roof, Slab Town, Self-Help, Consumed, Crossed, Coda. There you have them there. Awesome cover picture. What happened and what's going on? Yes, you have the Tyrese part. Them, The Distance, Remember, Forget. That was like a Glenn thing. That was pretty cool for Glenn. So I remember around that time. Spend, Try, and Conquer. They also have the stuff with Alexandria, with Rick kind of losing his mind, right? Or not being able to, maybe not losing his mind, but not being able to assimilate that easily into Alexandria. So there's the one where like Michonne hits him in the head with a rock and stuff like that. That was pretty sweet. Keep in mind, this was back when Walking Dead was the biggest series on TV, right? Which it's still pretty big, but it's definitely not the biggest on TV that there is, pretty much. But then we have Morgan coming back and just an awesome season with Conquer. So yeah, you could make a case that season 5 is the best season they ever did. So then we have season 6, right? Oh, here's Rick running, right? He's gonna play the trailer. Oh man, I love it, man. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome, right? He's running and everything. Oh, it's fantastic, dude. Just absolutely fantastic, right? Oh, you guys remember, right? Oh man, I know there's no sound, but yeah, he shoots him and stuff, right? So, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't want AMCD to get mad at us for including their stuff in the video, so I won't. I won't do that. But that's pretty awesome. So. Yeah, I love the cover too, right? It's got like the bolt gun. It's like a gun metal, which is really sweet for season 6. This was always my favorite season of The Walking Dead. Maybe it still is my favorite season of The Walking Dead. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say because season 9 was so amazing too. Maybe season 9 beat it out as my favorite season. But I just love the huge zombie herd and everything. It was like the ultimate zombie apocalypse movie. You still had Morgan, you still had Glenn, you still had kind of that earlier group, a lot of them anyway. And it was, man, really amazing, season 6. This is one that I actually do watch back more than a lot of the others. Like, if I want to go back and watch some Walking Dead, this is one of the seasons that I'll go back and watch. Here you have Daryl on the bike with all the walkers behind him. So that's true that this season did, Daryl was always cool, but this season kind of elevated him to like ultimate cool status, I guess, in some ways. There you have Carl, right? Is this where he loses the eye? I'm trying to think back like off the top of my head here. Yeah, it is, right? That would be in, oh, damn it, dude. Would that be, start to finish. So that'd be the first half, but then the second half, No Way Out. Oh, man, yeah. No Way Out's one of my all-time favorites. Just because of the crew of characters you still had from the beginning at this time, I really loved it a lot. Let's see what we've got here. So there's the season 6, Rick and Carl. Yeah, I mean, it's so cool because we have so few of those of the prominent survivors from The Walking Dead still left, right? Now Daryl looks like he pretty much does now for the most part. He pretty much set with this look. He pretty much stayed with that, right? Even now, and Michonne too. Pretty much the same thing. Just changing ever so slightly. Glenn and Maggie, pretty awesome, right? So the two of them, and this will be the last season for that, right? As we know, because of what happened after that. This is kind of cool to see Morgan on one of the discs, right? So you have Morgan and Carol, especially considering that Morgan's in Fear now, so he switched series, but very prominent nonetheless. And then we have Abraham and Rosita. As they start to become, well, Abraham didn't really last, but as they start to become like regular characters for Walking Dead at this point, right? Like in season 6, like, they start to become, like Rosita does, regular, characters. Like that's just, they're part of like the OG type of group at this point, right? I would say. So, yeah, man. This was always my favorite season, pretty much. I'll have to think a little bit more on if I still like it more than season 9, seeing Rick leave. Maybe not, because seeing Rick leave and then seeing the whispers and kind of all that stuff, that was so amazing too. And I was so happy that Rick wasn't killed off when he had to leave. So I was happy to see that, after to see how they handled it. But I do love the crew that they had during this season for season 6. I love everything they did, with the mega herd and all that was so awesome. No Way Out was incredible for Carl. And you still had Glenn there. You still had Abraham there, so they weren't killed off yet. And then you had just the start of Negan being introduced, right? So you had just the start of Negan, the excitement to see him come in, what that was going to look like with season 7. Torrid says that he thinks 6 is way better than 9. So I get that. It's cool. Certainly not as many people were watching when you got to season 9 as they were season 6 and around this time. So let's go to, for my favorite season, season 6, let's go to season 7, which I like, but I know a lot of people don't like. So that's 6 and 7. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, so we got, obviously, the biggest episode The Walking Dead ever did. You got Negan on the cover here. We're just getting started, right? So it's awesome, right? Rise up, right? All that stuff. But the thing with this season, with season 7, is it starts off at a climax, and then it kind of sinks after that. So the day will come when you won't be when it starts. the biggest episode of The Walking Dead ever. I remember this time more people were talking about the series than ever before because they were all predicting, like, you know, trying to figure out who was going to survive, who wasn't. And it was pretty unexpected the way they went with it, but I still liked it. I still thought it was kind of amazing. You know, but I know a lot of people didn't really like it too much, right? So yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, man, awesome, dude, love it. Glad that he's still in the series, right? I'm glad that Negan is still alive. Oh yeah, there was that super walker, right? What was this walker's name? Someone write this walker's name in the comments for me, because I can't remember off the top of my head. This crazy Jadis garbage people garbage zombie. What was the name of this one? I forget this one's name. Hey Maiden, how you doing? We got Daryl in his season 7 gear when he's prisoner, and then we got over here, who's that? That's Glenn. Well, yeah, that's Glenn. Oh no, sorry, I was gonna say Glenn. Well, it's sort of Glenn in the ground. It's Sasha, and we got Sasha and Maggie, and Maggie's mourning. Because, yeah, that's where Glenn is right there. And then you have Rick, and he's got Lucille, right? Oh, there, you can see it well there. Yeah, man. And then the lineup, right? You guys remember this? Like the legendary, oh shit, the lineup, dude. The lineup was great, man. That was so exciting. That was definitely, I think, the most exciting time Walking Dead ever was right there. Now, it didn't last the whole season, but it was a drop, you know, after that happened. In excitement. Like, it went from a huge excitement to boom after. Like, oh no, Glenn's dead and whatever. Abraham's dead and, you know, oh, whatever. So, and thank you, Justin, Dr. Arrow, Dr. Arrow, for the super chat. If you have a question or you want to hear us highlight something throughout the series for recap, just type it in. I'll grab it and we can go over whatever you want to. Or how about I ask you this, Justin? What is your favorite part of the Walking Dead series? What's your favorite season? What's your favorite story arc? What part do you remember most from these last 10 or 11 years, however you want to count it, of the series? So be sure to send that through to me so we can highlight, and thank you for the support with the channel. So here's the Blu-ray. We've got Rick and Michonne, right? Season 7. Most people would argue this is when the series started to go downhill. If you want to argue that, you know, I hear that all the time, right? So Glenn and Maggie, the last one I would think that we're going to see of them together, right? Because he's only in the first episode. And then we have Sasha and Abraham. So that's, again, well, both of them are gone now, right? Exactly. So, because both of them go this season, actually, because the end of the season is Sasha's leave, right? So she's there until the end of the season, and then she leaves. At the end of the season, she's killed off at the end of the season. And then Sonequa Martin Green, she's in Star Trek Discovery, right? I'm not a big Star Trek guy because I don't believe in outer space, really. Not in the way it's described. So, that might be kind of funny to you. So, what do you mean you don't believe in outer space? It's maybe we'll go into it later. I'll explain to you what I mean exactly. Humans in space is, I'm certain, is fake. Absolutely certain. Anyway, different topic. We'll get into it at a different time. But she's in Star Trek Discovery. If you like that stuff, check her out. She's in that. That's her new show. Eugene and Dwight. So very cool. And Dwight's in Fear now too. So that's kind of strange. Right, because he was big around this time in season 6. Maybe that's part of why I like season 6 is he was introduced as a great villain, and you had that. But the rest of the season, after the premiere, and after like the midway through point, I do have to admit that up until the finale, this season was maybe not the best. I think what it is seasons 7 and 8 are very action-oriented or very action-based. And even though I like that, it's very difficult for them to get that done on their schedule because just the nature of what it is to shoot action stuff. It takes a long time to do it. And then when you do it, you only get like a minute or whatever. It's very fast-paced in the episodes. So drama-based is better for this kind of stuff, right? Daryl and Carol, Daryl looks exactly like he does now pretty much at this point. He really doesn't look much different from that picture right there. So season 7, and also you have Negan continuing on through season 7 into season 8, right? Which we'll get to right after this. So because of that, people maybe wanted to see them get the revenge on the Saviors kind of like right away, sort of like how it happened with the Terminus and the Hunters but based on the comics, that's a big story arc, so they couldn't go through it all right away, right? Like they couldn't go through that all instantly. So yeah, let's see if Justin responded here. And thanks again, Justin. Let's see here. So you did. Okay, well, I'm just, if you want to, Justin, you don't have to or anything. If you did send it and I'm not seeing it here, send it again for your favorite part of the Walking Dead series, and we can highlight that for everybody to take a look at. And thanks again. Okay, so yeah, okay, we'll wait on that. We'll check back soon. See, Benny said too many bottle episodes. Weapon X, am I a flat earther? I'm not actually a flat earther, but I have researched Freemasonry a lot, and I'm certain that NASA is not what it pretends to be. Where's our 32nd degree Mason here? Maybe he's still here. He can explain it. Different topic. We can get into that in a different stream, right? Let's stay with Walking Dead, right? So I don't want to get too disagreeable here and start describing how the rockets are. They're shooting rockets into the ocean. That's what they're doing. Anyway, so okay, let's get back to this. Demand Hammer said that season 8 action was terrible. Yeah, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, season 7 was decent. 8 was terrible. Said the Elite. I like that. Yeah. The Satellite Raid's one of my favorites, says Demand Hammer. Well, that was great. That was really, really great. Yeah, Galactic Federation. I know, Dan Smith. It's like, oh, it's so sad. It's pathetic, man. It really is pathetic. They just double down. You know, it's like they get caught in something, they just double down. They just don't give it up. They just keep going forever. Anyway, okay, so they'll never admit to it, right? Like they'll never admit, okay, yeah, we fubbed that, right? We lied about it, right? No, they won't. They just double down, triple down, quadruple down until people believe it. And that's actually what they do. They literally do that. They'll never admit it. Okay, season 7. We're just getting started. Okay, so we pretty much recapped the season. I like it. Rise Up. The Sasha being gone at the end. It is a good season, but bottle episodes. You had the one with Tara here as well. Swear. That's regarded as the worst episode ever. I think still is the worst episode ever, but, you know, there's that. So Service, right, with Negan and everything. Service. So that's good. All right, season 8, man. So All Out War, right? So highly anticipated for fans of the comics with All Out War. You got the awesome cover here. You got Shiva. You got Ezekiel. You got all the others that have been joined in now and are ready to fight. They tried to do an action season of Walking Dead. I thought it turned out good for an action season, like a gunfight, zombies are in the background, and you're seeing a people fight season. I liked it. It was the most action you can ever basically imagine, and I enjoyed it throughout. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Oh, right, and you did have Morgan here too, and then after this, Morgan leaves. But it was epic, awesome cover and everything. It was probably the closest thing to like a movie version of Walking Dead in terms of action that we ever saw in the series. I thought it was epic, but other people didn't like it that much. I still remember it being very popular this time, but certainly by the time you got to the end of season 8, people were disappointed with how it ended off with Wrath and Worth. The Key is actually one of the best episodes. I love that freaking episode. That's like the Rick fight with Negan. I love to watch that one. That one's great. The Satellite one is, the Satellite one before. That would be a couple years, because Glenn was in that one, right? So that's a couple years before. But that one was good action, too. So let's take a look at the DVD Blu-ray. And, so the complete 8 seasons, still regular cover. He reminds me of, like, Wolverine on the cover here. What do you guys think? Like a Wolverine-esque type of thing, where he's got, like, the hatchet, he's got the gun, kind of a Wolverine type of feel for Andrew Lincoln here on the cover. That's what I think. Anyway, so Kelly wants some NWO talk. Maybe we can do it after. I got lots of stuff for that. I want to give my updated thoughts on the Royals and the New World Order, like how the Royals in the UK, so the British aristocracy, joined in with the like how that happened, and how they allowed it to happen and what happened there. So I've done all the research now, and I can go into that more after. Maybe we can do a stream on that after this one. Okay, so we've got season 8, we've got disc 1, so we've got Carl and Rick, and Carl's now missing the eye, right? And oh, right, how can we forget for season 8? Carl's final season, man. Big mistake, bro. Big mistake. I think. This is why people still hate Gimple to this very day. They even had to switch him out as showrunner, right? Like, get him out of there. It was like a total PR move, I think. Like, get him out of there. Get Angela to do it. Just to, like, save grace, right? Because people were so mad at him, right? They were, man. It was crazy. So Eugene, right, the big bad, which was cool with Negan and everything. Oh man, that was it was good and everything. I liked it. And Negan kind of finally being defeated at the end, right? Not too much to say about this one. Michonne and Daryl, again, it's what it is. It's cool. Revenge on Negan and everything. They beat him. And again, here we've got another one with Lenny James. We got another one here with, I almost forget that he was in the series up until this point. It almost feels like, didn't he leave earlier? It's like, no, he was in season 8 up until the end of the season. And, he's always great, right? So he's awesome to see in, you can watch him in Fear now, too. And then we had Maggie and we had Jesus. He was not handled well in the TV series. The TV series didn't work out. Him being cast, maybe he was a little short for Jesus or something. I don't know. It just didn't work that well, right? So they killed him off kind of the next year, which I actually was kind of in favor for, because I just feel like it didn't, for whatever reason, him in the TV series as that character in season 8 just didn't work that well. It's kind of sad, but it just didn't, in my opinion. So, but not a bad season. It's not regarded as one of the best, but I still love it. I still think it's really great. Okay, let's get to season 9, man. My other, I guess, favorite of the series. One of my other favorites, right? Season 9, TWD. Love it. Got Rick there, and he's getting ready to leave. Is this Washington, D.C. that they were at? Is that where they went? I'm trying to remember. Kind of cool considering. Let's just hope that Washington, D.C. doesn't look like this in a few weeks, right, guys? So crows everywhere and the whole thing. Right, man. Awesome, dude. I don't care what anybody says. I will still think of season 9 as one of the best. I will. Like, yeah, there's season 5, amazing. Season 6, my favorite. But then season 9, maybe best season 6, because it was so crazy seeing Rick leave, man. It felt like the end of the series right there, right? It's like, how is it still continuing, right? And he's in red there. And they did also use kind of the whispers in red type of thing. That was kind of cool. You got the crows going off. And Rick's leaving, man. That's what it is, dudes. How could this happen? How could Rick leave, guys? How could this happen? How could it? How could he? He can't. I had like PTSD as I'm watching the episodes. I'm like, no. I spent so many hours like reviewing the episodes, watching them back, doing recaps. Sometimes do throwback reviews, everything else, review the figures, the comics, everything. How can Rick die, man? They can't kill Rick, right? So, okay. I guess this is my favorite season. Just thank God they didn't kill him off, right? It's like, oh man, I couldn't see that. That just would have been too much for me, man. I would have been so mad. We got Alpha, we got Negan, we got Daryl. Oh, very cool, man. So, and then Judith, right? Judith just starting up, man. Oh, so cool. So I do like these last couple episodes for Rick. There's one scene, I think it's in a tent or like a cabin type of thing, where you have Rick and Carol, and they're just kind of talking about different stuff. But it's like the final scene, and you could tell from both of them they're like crying, they're like almost crying as Rick's getting ready to leave. It's so sad, man. Here you have it, man. Okay, I got to admit, this is my favorite season. I have to admit it. Because it just felt like a perfect ending for Rick. And the fact that he even gets to live, too, is so cool. You got the blood splatter everywhere. You got Rick, right? You had Shane come back. Oh, man. That was amazing. As cool as the zombie herd was in season 6, this was an incredible TWD, baby. TWD. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, man, love it. There's like just an advertisement, but oh, love that one, man. So sweet, dude. What do we got over here? Okay, so we got right. So now kind of the new sort of takeover because Rick has left. You have Carol and Daryl, and then you have Norman getting mad because a lot of us were like, he's replacing Rick, and then he has to like set the record straight. He's like, okay, let's set the record straight here. Okay, I am not replacing Rick. Okay. Triggered. You mad, bro? He did. I think he did get. Honestly, I think he got mad about that one. I think that when we were discussing Daryl replacing Rick, he was like, "No, I am not replacing Rick." Right? He got testy on that one. So, and I can understand why, but I just feel like he did. Right? So season 9, man. Oh, so sweet, dude. Oh, Daryl and Carol, man. Yeah, this has got to be my favorite season now. Now that we're recapping it, I'm sorting out my mind like, oh yeah, okay, this was emotional, man. This is like the most emotional season of a series ever for me. I just can't, oh, it's so crazy, man. The feels, man, the feels. Judith and Michonne. Right, Judith coming in because she's introduced, right? So that's very cool. In her future form, right? Because she's in the series before, but it's like she's not like a Carl at that point. Now she's sort of like a new female Carl at this point. Like when he was younger, that is, Negan and Maggie. It's just a cool, isn't this just a cool DVD? It's just cool, right? You gotta look at, right. Be excited. I think they did a table read of of her seeing him again. Now I kind of want to see what's there, but I'm trying to wait to see it in the episode. But I'm also kind of trying to think like, maybe I should watch that table read just because it's kind of awesome. Even if it's distance, like socially distanced internet, read. It's like, anyway. And then we got Alpha, and she's got her mask. Very cool. So, and masked Alpha. So Alpha and masked Alpha. And then Beta as well, too, right, in the second half. But that was awesome. The Whisperers were awesome. And you have, like, Jesus and stuff like that with him, his death right after Rick leaves and everything. As awesome as the Whisperers are, I'm just going to, like, in recapping, all I remember is, like, Rick leaving. And, oh, my God, Rick is leaving. Oh, my God, Rick is dying. Oh, my God, what is happening? Like, they're going to kill it. They're going to kill it. It's over. It's over, guys. It's over. That was what was going on. I remember in my brain, like, when this was happening and I was reviewing and doing this with you guys, I'm like, oh, my God, oh, no. It was just a disaster, man. What a disaster. But the Whisperers were awesome after. And the season actually was really good even after Rick had left, right? Which was strange to see. So let's go back to this view. So we had the first 5, right? What comes after? Oh my God. Who Are You Now? Stradivarius and Evolution, which wasn't Abraham or Michael Cudlett's directed. He's been directing some of these episodes too. He's really good too. His episodes are awesome. And so there's that one. Adaptation, Omega, Bounty, Guardians, Choke Point, Scars. Oh, that was awesome for Michonne, if you guys remember that one. The Calm Before, and then The Storm. Great ending and everything. We got to see Wintertime, which was cool, right? So that was awesome. They just did a lot of really awesome stuff at this point. I almost feel like they started putting more into the series at this point just to keep it going and everything. And that. So, so that might be my, most emotional season anyway. And maybe my favorite season now, maybe even beating out season 6. And so now we have, let's just pause this here, The Walking Dead season 10. So it's not really, okay. So I don't have a Blu-ray for season 10 because they haven't released it yet. So it's sort of like it's already aired, but they're doing the additional 6. So, it's sort of like technically it's continuing, so it's not over, but it sort of is over at the same time. So I don't have a Blu-ray to look at for this one, but season 10, also a very good season. The first half starts off with Dante, the Whisperers, kind of the Whisperer War continuing. It has an incredible end with Alpha, Negan, Beta near the end of the season 10. It's still really great, to see through and everything else they do with it and everything. It's awesome. The Whisperer are heard at the end, which we saw that episode a few months back in October, finally, after that long wait and everything. But obviously, with season 10, the first half and everything, the second half, as awesome as it is, we can't ignore that because of what happened in real life, it just, it took everybody out of the experience because of all of a sudden we got this real stuff going on in real life here. So the final episode is delayed. They couldn't finish it in time. And you got also the crazy stuff happening. And then we hear there's the additional 6 episodes happening. None of this is their fault. But obviously with season 10, it was great, but the real world situation took, it makes it difficult to kind of even think about it because it took us all obviously away from that and brought us into, okay, well, we have serious problems in real life happening, so we're not thinking about it in terms of that in the same kind of way. It just makes us think about, what happened after. But I do remember some people complaining the first half of season 10. Here you've got Daryl, Carol, and Michonne with the 2 Bowie knives is cool. We Are the Walking Dead. We've got Alpha screaming everything. The first half was cool because of the Dante twist, but people wanted to see kind of stuff with Alpha resolved. Finally, we did in the second half. It didn't feel like it was too long for me, but for some people it did. But then by the time the final season, the season numbers are different here because we've got more episodes than the wiki is used to showing. Here's Negan and stuff like this is coming up later. So that's still technically season 10. So I guess we're still sort of in season 10. here we've got some other ones here, right? With the tower. Look at the flowers. A Certain Doom is still awesome. You know, it's still awesome. Certain Doom's still awesome, but obviously us not really thinking about it as much because, as you can understand, real world situation took over, delayed A Certain Doom. As great as it was, Michonne's leave, everything like that. So it was packed and everything. But, you know, by the time the tower came around and everything, you know, we had to put on stop. And now it's difficult to, like, for me, even, like, I'm making videos with you guys and stuff, but it's tricky for me to do that because we have so much happening in real life, too, that it's like I can't really get so into it because I'm more considering, like, okay, what's going to happen in real life next? You know, it's like the world stage of this TV series we call real life, which is actually what it is in terms of, if you're talking in terms of honesty, for what we the people get to experience and get to see. That, you know, that taking precedence, at least for me anyway, and in my mindset over, you know, seeing the new episodes and stuff. So I am excited to see these episodes coming up. This takes us up to current date. Awesome episode, Certain Doom. The Tower, awesome. Look at the Flowers. Great episodes, but, you know, not being able to get that into it because of what's going on in real life since the stoppage and the lockdowns in the tower and everything. And us being like, okay, this isn't like some random deal. This is like a big deal that's happening in real life. Like, this isn't just like Ebola or something like this where you hear about in the news but then it's over and we continue and everything. No, it's like this is like a totally different type of deal that we've never really seen anything like before in our lifetime. So the episode's coming up still, up to current date. We'll see these air in a little bit, which will be February 28th to April 4th. We get 6 episodes. Home Sweet Home, Find Me, one more, Splinter, Diverged, and here's Negan. Now, they have done some reads for these episodes, some table reads and Skype call reads, whatever have you, this kind of thing. And then they had the reunion thing that they did recently, too, which I guess sort of like a Christmas special, if you want to call it such. I don't know if you'd even want to call it that much. But basically, that takes us up to current date for The Walking Dead. We don't have the release yet for that. We'll get it probably next summer. And yeah, man, we'll see how these 6 episodes are for season 10. I hope they were able to get in close with each other after being tested and whatnot, so they wouldn't have to socially distance and like green screen in them being closer together or something. Because some of the trailers and previews I saw, it almost looked like they had to film the characters individually and then somehow like edit them in with each other or something weird like that. Like, I don't know how they would have to do that. But that's pretty much a recap for you guys of every season of Walking Dead up to current date. We didn't really talk much about Fear, not so much, but, you know, I've enjoyed Fear too. The season 6 episodes were great. I'm looking forward to seeing the second half of it. Let me get some water. Talking for an hour here without stopping. So I'm excited to see the second half of this season of Fear season 6, but I don't know when we're going to see it either and how many episodes we're going to see either. I'm almost sort of like, I did the video this year on what we're hoping to see this year and hoping to see things get back to normal. But do we know that's going to happen? We don't. We have no idea if that's actually going to be the case, if things are actually going to get back to normal. If they go further in these variants and stuff like that, then, you know, and we see more of that and more lockdowns and whatnot, you know, I mean, who's to know if we're going to get to see, you know, the second half. But anyway, I won't do kind of a recap of Fear in this video. We could do it in a different video if you guys are interested. I don't know if enough people are interested in it, but we could, I guess. We have to consider that this gets about half of the viewership that the original series gets. So people are only about half as interested in this as they are in this. But this is really good, and, you know, in the future here, I think more people will be interested in this as this gets ready to fizzle out. If they can still film, if they can still do what they're normally doing. And again, just an unknown there. But I am excited for those 6 episodes of Walking Dead. I'm excited to see them. And, you know, I hope they'll be good. And, hey, Rob, how you doing this week, man? Thanks for the super chat. I do appreciate it. So Robert Frank 615 had said, I think Scars beat out Still, the Tara Heath bottle episode and the Maggie Carroll episode when they captured the female saviors in season 6 as the worst episode ever. So he thinks that Scars is the worst episode. So Swear is the Tara Heath bottle off episode, which is rated as the lowest. I just think that still is the worst. But it sounds like, Rob, you didn't like Scars at all, huh? Well, it was pretty dark. Like, you have Michonne in the episode who's pregos, and then she's getting attacked by the others, so it's very scary, right? And like some of these kids are like going for it, and it's like, oh my god, like these kids demon possessed. So I understand maybe if you didn't like that, or you know, something along those lines. And Maggie Carroll episode when they captured by the female saviors. Oh right, in season 6. Yeah, that is not a very good episode when Carol and Maggie are captured and they have to kind of escape. Well, you know, the thing is, they've done so many episodes of the series, they need to space out some of the stuff. So you're going to have some episodes in there that are kind of like setting you up for the finale. Now, they don't really do that anymore. They kind of give you some of the best episodes, and they're not in premiere finale episodes. They're just random, right? Which is cool too. But yeah, you know, yeah, you're probably right there. But you didn't like Scars, huh? Not at all. What did you, Rob, what did you not like about Scars? What was it about Scars that you hated so much? Type in a comment about it. Okay, so Tori liked it. He said it was good. So the episode with the storm was stupid, said Boogeyman. Well, I thought it was good to see wintertime. Rob said, I'm weird. I don't like Still. Is that bad? Well, Still, yeah, Still I think is really awful. But maybe if you like Beth, then you're okay with it, right? So that's okay. So okay, let's see what we got here from you guys. All right. So any comments? So what are your guys? So now that we've done the recap and we've gone over each season, what are your favorite seasons? Put your comments in. I want to see from you guys. Is there any consensus on what we think is the best season, or is there any consensus here on what are some of the best seasons from you guys after we did this recap? I'll go with season 6, season 9, maybe season 5, and then personal fan favorite, season 8, because All Out War was awesome. And then, you know, but you guys know I pretty much like them all. Season 3 as well, good, and a good start as well, too. So let's see. Did I miss any comments from you guys? I don't think so. Okay, so did Justin ever get back? Maybe he didn't get back to me, or I missed his comment there. Well, a lot of comments. And thank you guys for joining and everything. So fakest gunfights ever, said Boogeyman. Oh, in the season 8, right? Like a lot of them just didn't look right and everything. Also, keep in mind, season 8, that's the one where the stuntman fell, right? Oh, man, that's brutal, right? So, yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about that, but, yeah, I guess it's just hard for them to do action in the time frame that they're set to do it in. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were shooting the windows up and they couldn't show the other side because it had something to do with that lawsuit with the stuntman that was involved, right? So that's kind of part of season 8 and what happened with that, which is brutal. So yeah, I wish that wouldn't happen. I'm sure everybody involved wishes that didn't happen, but yeah, what can you do, man? Okay, so let's see. All right, what do we got from you guys here? So that's pretty much it for. I want to say for the recap, we're at about an hour and 10 minutes for you guys recap of Walking Dead series, and you know, love the show. Even though all this stuff is happening in real life, it still, I have to say, is my favorite show of all time. There's no doubt about it. And I'm looking forward to seeing a good finish off for it. I'm looking forward to seeing a good end for it. I'm not so into, like, people have asked me about, like, the new characters that are coming in and that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not so, like, focused on the micro of it. Like, like, which characters this, which character. I'm more like, okay, they've announced the end of it now. I'm looking to see, for the end of the series, what are kind of the big hit points in it, and how does it finish up in terms of the macro? You know, who's going to be alive at the end? What's going to happen with Daryl Carroll? Will Negan still be alive? Like, you know, kind of the macro. What's the overall ending sort of feel for it? And when are we going to see that first Rick movie, which is what it is? And then maybe, who knows, maybe after this, the Daryl Carroll series will run, and then we'll see them in the movies, like in the Rick movies at some point, and who knows, maybe it can go on much further in the future. But we also have to consider, will people still be interested in Walking Dead after we go through this worldwide situation? So if the worldwide situation ends at some point, will people still be as interested in Walking Dead as ever, or will the culture change to where people are not as interested because the changes in the world? So let me know in the comments as well for you guys how you think the real world situation is going to affect them continuing with the license on further in the future. Let's see, what'd you guys say? I think I got okay, so I got all those. Did Rob say anything else? Let's see. So is that bad? And yeah, so Rob's got season 6, season 9, and season 5 as his favorite season. So he's pretty much the same. Yeah, Rob looks at it pretty much the same way as I do. I guess some similarities. But yeah, the darkest episode ever is Four Walls and a Roof for sure. Season 4, no doubt. Machete with a red handle, right? Oh, that is some brutal stuff. It's crazy to think, like, if you guys don't know, if you've been watching some of the stuff with Andrew Lincoln, like, afterwards, it's funny to think that he plays Rick because he's not at all like Rick, you know, in real life. Like, the machete with the red handle, the scruffy Rick that's shooting people and killing people and stuff. And then you have Andrew Lincoln in real life. You get the sense that he's not like that at all. Like, he's not a dark guy at all. He's like a really lighthearted, fun, kind of loving kind of guy. Father, you know, actor, likes theater, does the Scrooge thing, and like Penguin Bloom, which should be coming up pretty soon, actually. Penguin Bloom will be airing later this month. It's just funny to see, like, you would never expect, based on Rick, that he would be that kind of guy, like season 4 Rick, that he would be like that in real life, right? Because the character is so different. Rick in the TV series is so different from Andrew Lincoln in real life that, you know, it's kind of funny. I don't know. I just, for some reason, I like it that. Vlad leaves a comment. He likes Beth, so that's fine. So, well, I think she's got albums and stuff you can look at and other series that she's in, so you can check that out if you want to after Walking Dead. Mr. EXE guy says, we have a tank. So, yeah, Too Far Gone's awesome, that's for sure. And, yeah, let's see. Oh, man, yeah. So season 4, yeah, Four Walls and a Roof, super awesome. And then Rob said, my online character is nothing like me in real life. We're all actors. Yeah, it's probably true. You know, it's sort of like, you know, I don't know, like what are some stage characters in real life? You know, you have the Donald, he's one, right? You have Gil Bates is another one this year, who's like a mega supervillain in real life. And, you know, I imagine with Gil Bates, like he probably goes home to his kids after and his wife and everything. And he's probably a really nice guy. He's probably not a bad guy. And then, you know, you see stuff he's involved with, you're like, oh my God, population management and stuff, you know, it's like, yeah, characters and, you know, we all got to do what we have to do. But yeah, you know, it's kind of fun to think, like, when it comes down to it at the end of the day, you know, I guess, is anybody really that bad? Well, okay, maybe there are some people that are really just that bad. But yeah, it is, pal, that's right. But then you have some characters like Michael Rooker, who plays Merle, who that's kind of like, I get the sense that that's kind of like him in real life. Like he's kind of playing himself, right? He's not really acting so much, maybe a little bit, but it's like an extension of who he really is anyway. Whereas with Andrew Lincoln, you know, he actually as Rick is completely different from how he is in real life. So sometimes they use people as an extension of themselves and sometimes not. Like, for example, a Stone Cold in WWE, for example, right? So he's a badass guy, but in real life, he's actually a pretty badass guy too, actually. He can be nice too, though, right? You can see it. But you probably wouldn't want to fight him. It's probably not a good idea. You know what I mean? So, or like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's a good example. He's a killer in the ring as a character, right? The Beast, right? But you take him out of the ring, he's still a killer. You would not want to mess with him at all, right? You know, you look at he becomes UFC heavyweight champion, right? So sometimes you have certain actors or characters that are not like they are in real life, and other times you have them where they're exactly like they are in real life. Like, you know, like you would not want to fight Brock Lesnar. That's not an act when he's, you know, he'll actually, you know, he'll mess up almost anybody in the world, actually. You know, there's probably only a few guys, like if you talk about, you know, if you take like a Brock Lesnar in real life, there's probably only like a handful of people in the world that could beat him. Other than that, even pro boxers, like some of the best boxers in the world, he'll take them down and he'll smash them out. You know what I mean? That'll be it. So there's only probably a dozen guys maybe, or maybe 6 guys who could even beat him in the whole world. And that's a character in WWE that he plays, right? So it's like some are different, but some are just the same pretty much as they are in real life too. So yeah. So there you go. If you want Daryl to whip Negan, give me a hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, I wonder if Norman Reedus is as tough in real life as he seems in the show. I think he's another one who's not well, maybe he's kind of tough, but I'm not sure. Andrew Lincoln kind of says he's kind of like, you know, into like all this. I don't know. What did he say in the reunion thing? Like, anyway, I don't want to talk bad about Norman. I think he's awesome. I'm a huge fan of everything, so I don't want to talk bad about him or anything. I still think he's pretty tough in real life too. I think he could probably kick your ass because he's a biker and stuff too, right? So, you know, he's got that angle going. He could probably kick your ass in real life too. Is probably true, right? So, yeah. Johnny Duke says, is that the real Robert Frank? Well, yeah, so far as I know. Yeah, verified everything. Yeah, it is. So we get some people in the channel here that are, you know, that are legitimate in real life, right? Kevin Smith sometimes, he'll come in, and who else we got who comments and stuff. Gupta, I think, well, it could have just been somebody role-playing. It's impossible for me to tell if it's a role player or if it's someone for real. But Gupta was talking shit in the channel about the Donalds, so I thought, oh, maybe it's not him. But then I thought, well, called him the Orange Man and all this stuff. It's like, that kind of sounds like it could be him, right? so you don't know, right? So I did see one. I think, what is his name? No More News, which is Green, Adam Green. You know, the ADL is after him, the Anti-Defamation League. So they even know what he's doing. They're coming after him. So sometimes you don't know who could be watching. You could be publishing stuff out there, and maybe people don't see it. But sometimes people you don't want will see it. Such is the case with Adam Green, and now the ADL's going after him. So Anti-Defamation League's going after him. So, yeah. Life Outside the Box asked me about The Boys. I've seen it all the way up to date. I'm caught up on The Boys. So, yeah, I've seen the whole thing. So, Angry Greek says, Morales forever. Yeah, that's true. So, we got our local Mason here, 32nd degree, Son of Light, SP Mason, insider. See, we got an eavesdropper. Hey, Mason, what do they call a Cowan? Am I a Cowan? I'm a Cowan, right? Because I buy Morals and Dogma and I read through it and all this shit, right? That makes me a Cowan, doesn't it? He should know what that is. I looked it up online. It just says it's like it's what the Masons call an eavesdropper. It's a Cowan. It means somebody's like figuring out what they're doing and how it works and everything, but they're not actually a Mason themselves, so they haven't taken any oaths. You guys hate that, don't you? Admit it. So let me ask you, Mason, is the Earth flat? Why don't you answer that one for us? So, and is outer space real? That's what I want to know. He won't answer us, or he'll probably lie about it. Season 1, 8, and 9 says our Mason friend is the best season. Well, season 1 is great too. You got to admit there. Boogeyman says season 1 to 4. The Monkey Man 5 and 6. Cheez-It season 3. And Louis Cotrone, season 3 is the best. Yeah, that's cool, man. So, yeah, so I think that's it for the recap, guys. Yeah. Oh, Erica wants to know why I've got season 1 of Fear, and then she put a puke face. Why, you don't like Fear, Erica? Watch season 6. It's really good. It's pretty much the same as Walking Dead. So if you've quit on Fear, try Fear season 6's first half. You might like it. It's basically the same thing as Walking Dead. You've got Morgan in it and everything. You got Dwight in it. It's awesome. Check it out. First half of season 6 is great. And season 3 is good as well, too. So, but you're entitled to your opinion. I don't want to tell you that you have to like it or anything, no. Yeah, what else we got here? Okay, so we got one from Angry Greek. Thank you for the super chat, Angry Geek. And he said, new season of Cobra Kai started, Trev. So I haven't seen Cobra Kai. Maybe I should watch it. That's the Karate Kid, right? It's like an updated version of Karate Kid. That's kind of awesome. I just love that because I love like the classic, like 80s nostalgia. I'm looking at I might get another arcade cabinet one day, maybe. I might. I've got one. I've got a Turtles arcade I put together, I built. I've shown it in the channel a few times. And I've got a Turtles 80s collection, but I don't have any Karate Kid stuff because I'm not like an all-out 80s collectible guy, but I want to get another arcade cabinet. I might do a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet because that's my all-time favorite. Arcade game is probably Turtles in Time and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So I might do that. Anyway, but is Cobra Kai good? Have you guys seen it? I haven't seen it, but maybe I should check it out because I do love that retro stuff. It's very cool. Do people really do karate much anymore? Are there many dojos around? I'm not sure because I remember like in the 80s and 90s that was it. Like you go to if you wanted to learn self-defense, you go and you take karate, or You could do maybe Taekwondo. They'd have it some places. Nowadays, it's probably like MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, stuff like that. Wrestling is a great one. If you guys haven't taken wrestling or practiced wrestling, they don't have belts or anything, but wrestling is an awesome self-defense discipline, I'll say. And jiu-jitsu too, but I'd even say wrestling is better than jiu-jitsu, I think, as far as street fighting goes, because on the street you don't have padded floors. So someone takes you down in real life on cement. That's it. You get taken down, you get put on your back, and they put some weight on you on cement, and you're done. That's it. So jiu-jitsu is like, yeah, jiu-jitsu is great, but in street fighting, wrestling is really, really good too. So anyway, yeah, Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things. Love the 80s nostalgia, 90s nostalgia. It's awesome stuff, man. What else did you guys say? So thanks again, Angry Greek, for your support, and Robert and Justin from earlier, was it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, YOLO said space is fake as F. Look at the pictures NASA posts. Yeah, so what I was saying before about Star Trek and stuff with Sonequa Martin Green and Star Trek Discovery, I'm not kidding when I tell you guys that I don't believe in outer space. I'm not kidding about that. I actually don't, because I started off, I wanted to know why they fake everything, like why NASA almost fakes everything. And as I inspected it, I didn't get turned off from it. I actually figured out over time, I'd say, through analysis, that they actually are faking just about everything. And it's pretty massive, to be honest, because it even pervades that. It goes into science fiction, too. You have Star Wars, you have Star Trek, you have all this stuff. But that stuff is like zombie apocalypse. That stuff is fictional completely. But it's also propaganda because it sort of reinforces in your mind that we could actually do this. And I don't think we can. I don't think we can travel into outer space at all. Because I think if we could do it, why wouldn't they do it and show it to us? But it seems to me that no, that's not the case. We actually can't at all. Which is why, you go to the moon landings and stuff like that. You have the moon landing hoax. You have all that stuff. The reason why is because it's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers line, space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. Right, because that's actually what it is. Now, if you've never looked into this, this might be new to you for me to tell you this, but I would say if you want to look into NASA fakery, look into it, because there is so much there that is so awesome. But don't get deterred by websites who tell you that such and such is real. Look at it yourself, because if you actually analyze it yourself long enough, I think you'll find that you'll figure it out. That okay, yeah, that's Freemasons doing their stuff. Where did our Mason friend go? Did he leave? He probably peaced out, right? We have 32nd degree son of light Mason, because the Masons are doing it. That's why NASA's a Masonic run deal, 100%. That's why Buzz Aldrin's a Mason, and why they said they put the Masonic flag on the moon or whatever, that whole thing. They didn't just put the U.S. flag there; they put the Masonic one as well. They have a flag too as well. And I think Freemasonry is older than. Is it older than the United States? Is it older than like when it was like they created? George Washington was a Freemason, so the Freemasons created the United States. So it goes back like crazy, right? So where did our Mason friend go? Okay, he's here. Okay, so 32nd degrees, son of the light, SP Mason said space is there. However, travel to it is not possible. Okay, yeah. Okay, I agree with him there. Okay, so I'm actually surprised because I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to say any of that, are you? But at least he admitted that, yeah, that's right. That's the idea, that space is there, but we can't actually go to it. That's why it's Hollywood past that. That's why we do the Hollywood deal, because we're just shooting rockets into the ocean. That's why they're all parabolic, because we're actually shooting them out of view and then they're just falling down. At least a lot of them. I don't know about SpaceX. That could be a little bit different. But for the most part, yeah, they're just shooting them up. And they're all parabolic. If you watch them, they all go like this. None of them go straight up. None of them. And then they say, well, it's curving around, blah, blah. Oh, fuck off. Okay, you're shooting them in the fucking ocean. That's what you're doing. Don't bullshit me. I know a bullshitter when I hear one, right? So, yeah, man. You guys might think I'm kidding right now. I'm actually not kidding at all. I can show you some stuff here. I'm not kidding at all. That should be a different video, though. But seriously, yeah, they're shooting them into the ocean. That's what they're doing. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you got to actually look at it. If you look at it, you'll see that, yeah, it's kind of sad, actually. That's exactly what they're doing. So, yeah, I don't think they did, Kelly. I don't think any of them did. I think that's why they fake it all. Right. So that's what it is. Yeah, just think about traveling in an airplane. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. It's this might be new to I might be saying this in a Walking Dead video to people that have never researched this at all. So they might have an opinion, but they've never actually looked at it. If they look at it and they take enough time to go through it, I think they'll come to pretty much the same conclusion that I have, which is that it's make-believe, dude. It's creating a new religion. It's all make-believe. Yeah. They're not able to do it. Okay, what do you say now? I love this. Our Mason's talking. I can't believe this. Usually they just don't say anything most of the time. Guys like Tom DeLonge, they just we don't talk about that, right? Well, see, Benny, I understand what you're saying, like in terms of you can see it there and it's there, but what I'm saying is that us being in there is not real. That's where Hollywood comes in. Hollywood comes in to make us, to do kind of the propaganda which makes us believe that we are able to go there or we're there or whatever. No, we're not. That part is fake past that pretty much. What would you say, SP? We're going over the cell towers. That's why we can't use our cell phones on the plane. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I got you. They won't get what you're saying, but I got you 100%. Anyway, I'm going to lose people because they've never... A lot of people, like, I start explaining some of this stuff to people, SP, and they don't know what Freemasonry is at all. So because they don't know that, they can't possibly understand what is past that. They cannot possibly fathom that, guys like Buzz Aldrin, people like this, they don't understand is basically what happens, is you lose them at that point. Because they're missing, as Aquino would say, they're missing the infrastructure, the mental architecture, the building blocks to understand what it actually is, right? So then to them, they think, what the hell? They don't get it because it's too far past. But yeah, so it's tricky because I have viewers that are all over the place. Like I have viewers that don't know anything about any of this stuff. And then I have some like USP or some of the others, Bizza who understand, Rob, people like this, they're going to understand more because they've looked at it more. Yeah, there's, yeah. It's, okay, so let's put it this way. So for what Tim's saying, the astronauts, no, they're not. There's a Masonic joke. It goes, astronauts? No, they're not. It's, no, the Mason will understand exactly what I'm saying. People who are not Freemasons, they won't get it. Astronauts, no, they're not. They won't get that. Anyway, I've got a clip, a video that got deleted off YouTube. It's a Masonic ball, and that's one of the jokes is they start talking about astronauts, and then one of them says, no, they're not, and then everybody laughs. So, yeah, I don't want to upset people, and people do get kind of upset because some people are really into that. But I'll say it this way. I'll take the Masonic approach for it, and I will agree with the Masonic angle of it, which is that NASA's a Masonic-run deal, and it's not what people think it is. But because so few people understand what we're saying, this is a Walking Dead video, let's just leave it there. Let's not go into it too much. Because they don't understand. They don't understand. Yeah, you like it too, right? SV Mason, you heard that? One of you guys said that to you before. Do you guys all know that it's fake? Here, let me ask you this because you're talking, right? So I appreciate this. Do all of you guys know, like, is it a big deal that all you guys know, at what degree do all you guys know that it's all fake, right? Like, what degree do you get to where they tell you, like, oh yeah, no, they're not. Astronauts, no, they're not. When do they tell you that it's all work? Like, is that something you guys all know? Or, like, is that something you guys all know, or is that something to where it's like, just some of you know? Like, is that a common, since you're here and you're talking, which I appreciate, is it like, is it an inside joke to where all of you guys know that it's not legit, like it's not a deal, or is it to where only some of you know it's not real? Like the higher, okay. So there you guys go, right? He just told you. It's the 32nd degree and higher. Okay, I got it. Okay, cool. I don't want to upset you, Tim, because I like you, Tim, and everything else. I know you grew up with... Okay, so what Tim is saying is like... What Tim is basically arguing is, I know someone, and I trust them, and they told me they did it for real. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's sort of like... Yeah, it's sort of like saying... It's sort of like someone who you met who... you know, has met an alien or been abducted by aliens or something, right? It's like, okay, I know this person and I trust them and I really like them and they're a good person, but they really were abducted by aliens and they really told me that they really were. It's sort of like, yeah. Okay, let's leave it there. But thank you for that information, Son of the Light. I do appreciate that. And I kind of like you guys, actually. Like, I understand what the Masons do and I get it and everything. And I kind of like you guys in a way. It kind of cracks me up. Like, as I've been studying this and researching this, I've been learning all this stuff, and I've just been laughing. But let me ask you 30-second, because this is a different one. I'll ask you, are you a geocentrist or a heliocentrist, or have you ever gotten into that, or is that just something like you've never really gotten into? So yeah, we should start a new stream here and cut this one. But I don't, it's not every day I get to ask a 32nd degree Mason a bunch of questions about outer space. You guys don't realize how rare this is, right? This is pretty cool. So you don't get an opportunity like this every day, right? So, and especially one that's going to talk to you and actually tell you, because usually they just shut you down right away. They won't talk about it at all. But I understand that people don't like it because they don't understand. They're like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. So I'm just asking 32nd, heliocentrism or geocentrism, which one are you into? Maybe that one you'll draw the line. You won't answer that one. But it's okay. Like either way, you know, I'm not gonna think anything bad of it, because I've been looking at heliocentrism and geocentrism with regards to Freemasonry and what Freemasons think about it. And I think it's kind of like, it's sort of like maybe there's no consensus there, or it's sort of like, you know, it's open to their interpretation. But I'm, you know, from what I've looked at, I think a lot of Masons are geocentrists, right? Am I right there? Or at least more would be geocentrists than the average population, right? Because in order to join Freemasonry, you have to believe in a creator, don't you? Isn't that one of the prerequisites? Anyway, okay, well, I think we should probably wrap soon. I don't want him to get in trouble, you know, giving us too much here. So, and we do have a few hundred people watching, so we should be careful. So, thank you for the info, 30-second. You don't have to answer the geocentrism versus heliocentrism thing unless you want to. Okay, yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, leave me a comment on an old video or email me if you want to let me know. Yeah, so heliocentrism, geocentrism. Yeah, it's cool. If you want to, you can email me. If not, that's okay too. Just encode. If you want to encode it, you can encode it too, and I'll try to decipher it masterfully and everything, so I'll get it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you just answered me. Okay. You don't have to email me. I get it already. I got it. Yeah, that's cool. All right, that's cool. I get it. So yeah, it's geocentrism, right? Good stuff. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Let's wrap for tonight, because that's a different topic. It's 11:30. Maybe next week. So this one was a Walking Dead one. Maybe Wednesday or next week I'll do one on the Merovingian bloodline, which is the bloodline of the super elites and where the King of Kings will come from, which is most likely going to be William, most likely. So we'll do that. Rule over the world from Jerusalem and all that stuff. We'll get into that. It should be fun. So that's cool. Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay. You guys, want to thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys had fun, and I hope I did not offend anybody with the outer space, Masonic outer space discussion. If I did, I'm sorry. And, you know, it wasn't my intention. You're allowed to think whatever you want. So am I. It's cool. No problem. And so it's good stuff. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Have a have a great night, guys. Thank you, Kelly. I hope you enjoyed it, and I thought it was good. It was a nice flashback of taking a look back with you guys together, which I just thought was fun, at the Walking Dead series all the way through. A nice recap, and thanks for everybody who's contributed through chat and super chats and everything else, all you guys. And stay safe out there, guys. And I'll see you guys back again soon. Have another video for you guys soon. and we'll get into some of the more advanced. I want to get into some of the more advanced topics with regards to world rule. So we'll get into that pretty soon in the next video. Okay, guys, have yourselves a great night. And okay, all right, let's do one more from Cheese. Cheez-Its asked me something. They said, I mean, even if we're lied to, what is the point of knowing the truth? Does it make you smarter, Cheez-Its? Okay, well, it's up to you, Cheez-Its, if you want to know the truth. I will just say this and then we'll wrap here. It's up to you if you want to understand the world at what's known as a profane mindset, which is the masses, which is the 99%, is known as a profane worldview by Freemasons and those in the mystery schools and the secret societies. If you want to look at the world in a profane mindset, that's your choice. You'll blend in, you'll be just like everybody else, you'll think the same way everyone else will, you'll be the same. That's a profane view. Now, there is another view, and it's a view like a producer-consumer view. It's sort of like this, okay? Walking Dead, you have as a TV series. You can have two views on it. You can view it as a viewer, which is like us, which is the 99%, or you could view it sort of as a producer, which is sort of like the people who create the show, the actors, the producers, people like that, who actually made the show. So there's two different viewpoints, okay? So you have the viewpoint of a viewer, of a regular person, that's the profane, that's the 99%, or you have the viewpoint of a producer who created the concepts that the viewers accept as canon. Okay, so you have that in a TV series, but guess what? We have that in real life too. And the producers are basically the world government, which is what we've discussed a lot this year. Freemasons, the Crown, the families, the bloodlines of 13. Maybe I shouldn't say families of 13 because some of them are interbred with other family names. But basically, the world government is Freemasonry, the royals, the old British aristocracy, the 13, which we'd often refer to as Illuminati, which is kind of part of it, and United Nations and that section. So yeah, so when I talk about these concepts with you guys with regards to truth, we're kind of talking about the behind the scenes here of the worldview. So you got a profane viewer worldview, which is normal. That's what everybody pretty much has, 99 point whatever %. Or you can get kind of the behind the scenes look of, hey, what's going on back here? What's up? You know, and that's up to you if you want to, which side you want to be on. Does it matter if you want to take a producer standpoint and actually learn how these things actually work and what's actually true and what's not and sort through the details? It's up to you if you want to. I enjoy it because I want to know for myself what's actually correct, what's actually true, and what's not. And I'm sorry, but as a viewer, you just cannot get that kind of angle as far as optics are concerned for how things work when you're just accepting the world stage at face value. It's an incomplete type of profane worldview. So is it good to know how things actually work? I think it is. I mean, I think it's a good thing. For me here on YouTube, it's helped me because I didn't get into some of these psychological operations like the letter after P group or some of these other things and then get the channel deleted or get a bunch of stuff deleted. Because that happened to a lot of people. 10,000 channels this year got deleted who were into certain topics that were, a lot of them were just psyops. You know, a lot of them were nonsense. So I find it useful to know the truth. But, you know, that's up to the person to decide upon. Okay, let's see here. What did you guys say? And then we'll wrap up. Mopar said, but you're not getting real info, bro. That's the problem. Okay, what do you mean, Mopar? Like you're saying that, what do you mean by real info? Do you mean the Freemasonry viewpoint is wrong? Is that what you're saying? Are you contending that the Freemasons don't know what they're talking? Okay, so let's go this way. Do you know what the Freemason viewpoint is with regards to these kind of topics? Do you understand what they believe? And do you understand what it is? Do you understand how the world government structure works, or don't you? And you can follow up with that, and then we'll wrap up here pretty soon. Sanjay Gupta says, "No, you wake up. No, you wake up, Yankee. Who are you talking to? Trev needs. Oh yeah, you're talking shit. That's what they go to usually Sanjay, are you a Mason? Why don't you answer that for me if you want to get real? Are you a Freemason like 32nd degree here is? Yeah. Are you or are you not? And he's got the great conjunction. He's got a picture of the conjunction. What do you think about the conjunction? Yeah, he's cranky. He's always cranky. He's always talking shit, right? He's a narc. Sanjay's a narc. So, he's a cop or he's a Mason or something. But not a cool one. He's one that's like, he's a tattletale, I think. That's what I get the idea of. He's a tattletale. Yeah, so... Yeah, that's true. That's right, Demand Hammer. You got the idea. That's right. Lizard people, no. So, okay, what's the truth about lizard people? I think the truth about lizard people is that's a psychological barrier to make the opposition sound ridiculous. That's what I think that is. I think that's a controlled opposition angle to keep people in the profane. That's what I think. Yeah. Well, the Masons kind of are special, sort of. The Masons sort of are special because they're privy to information that the profane are not. So they kind of are special, actually. And they're also part of the world management structure, which people have no idea there even is that structure. So they've kind of made themselves special in a way, and I can't really deny that. I can't. They are actually special because they do have information the rest of the population don't have. They understand, they have a more complete worldview than what the rest of the profane do. So, yeah, actually, they sort of are special, kind of. Yeah. Okay, what we got? We got Flat Reality here. He's definitely a geocentrist, right? They mad because they know the Earth is not a magic spinning water ball. I love that shit. That's a good shit. All right, I think we should wrap up here, dudes. Who's crap, Boogie? You mean the Masons lie too? Well, yeah, they do actually a lot, right? So you gotta sift through that as well too. Guys like Gil Bates and people like that, they lie their asses off. Oh yeah, they do. They lie to everybody. So you gotta figure it out, right? So that's just how it works. We gotta get Eric Dubé in here one day. I gotta ask Eric if he wants to do a stream with you guys. It'd be fun, man. I'd love to do that. That'd be great. So let you guys ask questions about Flat Earth if you want. Or you could just go to his channel and ask him there. But I just think it'd be fun. We'll see if he wants to do it. Maybe I can talk him into it one day. We'll see. That'd be fun stuff. Maybe we can get some Freemasons in here like we have today. And we can get Eric in here. Then we'll have a real fight, right? We'll have a battle. Have a digital battle, man. Shit's going down, dude. Shit's going down. Neil DeShill Tyson in here. It'll be a boxing match, yeah. So I think does Eric study, what is it, Wing Chun or something? What is that martial art called? The Chinese one. Damn it, Tai Chi, is that what it is? I don't know. Yeah, I'll put my money on Eric. I think he'll take down Neil just based on the amount of anger he has probably towards him, right? He'll beat him down pretty good. Be a good fight though. It'll be fun. Okay, let's wrap up for today, guys. Have yourselves an awesome night. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks Flat Reality for joining, and everybody else. And I'll see you guys again soon. For where'd Sanjay go? Where'd Sanjay? He peace out. Where'd the narc go? Did he leave? Oh man, see, you make me nervous, Sanjay. I was starting to think you're a narc. You're not the real Sanjay, are you? Like Dr. Gupta? I don't think so. But he does strike me as either a bot or a narc or something. Anyway, let's wrap up. Have yourselves a good night, guys.